Hey guys, in this video I want to talk about the best investment I have ever made and what a lot of people say this is going to be the next Tesla. And that company is Plug Power. I've been investing in Plug Power since the beginning of 2020 when it was about $4 to $3 a stock. I was lucky to get in real cheap and get a nice stake in the company to where maybe 10 years from now it'll really pay off and it could be my potential Tesla. So in this video we're going to talk about this article, talk about the future of Plug and where it's going to go. And this article talks about Plug being $35 a share in the near future. I personally believe Plug's gonna hit $35 within the next 5 months because a lot of people are finding out about it and they're finding out that it's a really, really great company. So let's go on Robinhood and look at Plug, what it's been doing the last 6 months. So I'm gonna go right back in here to around March. Let's go to March. Okay, so in March we're around $3. We're going around $3 to $4, staying around $4. Then we're gonna hit a $5 mark right here. Then we're gonna hit a $6 mark, then into an $8 mark, okay? Now, I remember when this happened, I was like, okay, something's happening here, and a lot of reports were coming out, and everybody was saying, well, it's gonna fall back down to $4. Well, guess what? It fell a little bit back down to $7, but it shot up into the 12s, into the 13s, and that was in August. So around the $12, $14 mark, we were fluctuating quite a bit. And a lot of people have been in Plug for a very long time because this is a company that's kind of been ahead of its time. And now that the new EV market is just really starting and it hasn't even really kicked in yet, Plug is starting to get recognized a lot more, especially when you're looking at companies like Nikola. Nikola will be running on electric and hydrogen fuel cells, which Plug Power is hydrogen fuel cells. But Plug Power has been growing. They've just been growing. Look at this right here. Now we have an $18. Yesterday it hit a $20 mark before opening. But I'm gonna read into this article about Plug Power. And it says the average price for Plug Power just in the next few years is gonna be $35 a share. Well, I'm thinking we might see $35 a share by the end of December or January. Plug Power stock is riding the clean energy wave to 35. Plug Power stock has been absolutely on fire in 2020, with shares rising more than 320%. Crazy. Year to date, as Wall Street has grown more bullish than ever on hydrogen market, and more specifically, Plug Power's ability to be a leader in this emerging clean energy category. In late September, Bank of America released a bullish note on the hydrogen economy, saying that the market is on the cusp of tipping point wherein it will turn into 11 trillion clean energy category by 2050. A few days later, Morgan Stanley upgraded Plug Power stock to overweight while saying that the company has rapid growth and potential in the booming hydrogen economy. These two analyst terms aren't wrong. In fact, they're spot on. The clean energy wave is here. It's going to sweep across global society over the next 2 decades. Hydrogen will be a critical building block on that clean energy revolution, and Plug Power is the best in breed hydrogen company in the world. Okay guys, here's some things that we know. Plug Power is in the lead right now with hydrogen fuel cells. They have major contracts with Amazon, Walmart, a lot of other companies that are big companies that everyone knows about and their household names. And the last thing, a lot of people are finding out about this company. This is not a $4 stock anymore, nor will it probably ever be a $4 stock again. And the reason for that is the contracts that Plug has, but also this EV sector taking over is making Plug into what it's becoming today. The only real negative of hydrogen fuel cell and Plug Power, there's one person in the world that does not like hydrogen fuel cell and mocks it, and that's Elon. Elon Musk, our boy. But that's okay. Elon's doing just fine with Tesla and everything else he touches. You gotta love him. So let's read into the third page here. Great information. Investing into the future with Plug Power. Over the next several years, this company will sell a ton of hydrogen fuel cells into various different end markets. Revenues and profits will boom and Plug stock will soar towards $35, implying more than 150% upside potential. Let's go on here. Hydrogen is an important part of that future. Hydrogen is a very important piece of clean energy revolution, especially when it comes to creating a new generation of clean transportation. The status quo in the clean transportation market today is battery electricity. But the future of clean transportation won't be entirely built on battery electricity. It will be built on a combination of battery electricity and hydrogen because each offers unique advantages in different situations. For example, battery electricity beats hydrogen when it comes to cost, efficiency, safety, and public roads infrastructures. To that extent, battery electricity will likely be the dominant clean energy source for passenger cars, last mile delivery vans, and aircraft. Think of the potential right there for aircraft, what they're saying. Think of the cost. Think of the money coming in. But hydrogen beats battery electric when it comes to range, recharging times, and emissions. So in heavy usage and long range situations, hydrogen is the better renewable energy source. To that extent, hydrogen will likely be the dominant clean energy source for industrial, cross-country haul, and stationary. So let's read this next part. It goes into the future and where they see hydrogen fuel cells going into the near future. Thus, while EVs are getting all the hype today, because the clean energy wave has emerged in the passenger car market first. When battery electricity beats hydrogen, hydrogen fuel cells will start to receive a bunch of hype over the next decade as the clean energy waves pro-life rates into the industrial, cross-country haul, and stationary end markets. Here we go to the next part. Plug Power is leading the application of hydrogen. Plug Power is, for all intents and purpose, the leader of the hydrogen economy. This company got its start by applying its advanced hydrogen fuel cell technology into the end market where the tech adds the most obvious value, materials handling, or in other words, forklifts and warehouses. Over the next several years, every other warehouse operator in the world will follow in the Walmart and Amazon's footsteps and go green with hydrogen forklifts. Many of them will choose Plug Power to help them to do so. But that's really just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to Plug Power's growth. So what this is saying here, what Plug Power has been doing for the last decade, they've been advancing their hydrogen fuel cell technology. And for their bread and butter, they've been using this to sell their hydrogen fuel cells into forklifts and packaging materials into warehouses. And this has been their bread and butter. And this next part is really going to give you some good information for investing into the company in the long range into the future and what this could turn into. Big upside potential for Plug Power stock. Plug stock is up 320% this year alone. It's far from being maxed out. After all, this is still just a $5 billion company. That is today's fundamentally disreputing the $30 billion material handling market with a best-in-breed solution and which has potential to disrupt the combined $350 billion materials handling, automobile and long-scale stationary markets in the future. To that end, this company has a lot of growing left to do. Indeed, my modeling implies that Plug Power will sustain a 10% plus revenue growth over the next decade. And that is big revenue growth will couple margin expansion to drive 15% plus profit growth. Assuming so, my modeling suggests that $1.75 in earnings per share is doable for Plug Power by 2030. A 20 times forward earnings multiply on that implies a 2029 potential price target for Plug stock of $35. Bottom line on Plug stock, the hydrogen economy is on the cusp of an enormous tipping point wherein hydrogen technology will be unequivocally adopted in certain industrial end markets like cargo, long-haul delivery, data containers, and warehouses. Plug Power is leading this hydrogen economy revolution, and as such, will be worth a lot more than just $5 billion one day. So, stick with Plug stock in the long run. It's only going higher, way higher. So what they're saying with Plug, we've seen tremendous growth just this year. And this is a stock that started at $900 back in the 90s and then fell into the penny stock category, then went to $1 and stayed for $1 for probably about 4 or 5 years, if I believe so. But now we're seeing huge growth in this stock because of the EV market, because Plug Power has been putting in the work for the last decade. Like I said, with their bread and butter, what they've been doing with these warehouses and technology and hydrogen fuel cell. And if you got into this company very early on, which I know a lot of people did, you're seeing a lot of growth right now. But what this article is saying, into the future, you can see a lot more growth. So what I'm doing with Plug Power, I'm keeping it and I'm holding it for the long term. But guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Please like and subscribe. That helps my channel out so much. And for all the Plug investors out there, listen, this is ours. We can do this. We're gonna make this. So guys, until next time, I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.